Coming up on Tech Tonight, winter is coming early this year.
And the NFL is cracking down on racial slurs. Find out the details next.
Welcome to Tech Tonight. I'm Hannah Martin.
And I'm Taylor Thiesing.
In an unprecedented move, President Obama sent the top American spy, James R. Clapper Jr., to North Korea in an effort to win back 2 American prisoners. Generally, this kind of duty falls to a senior diplomat. Obama's choice to send a spy in a diplomat's place emphasized his disinterest in pursuing sanctions relief or negotiations with North Korea. Prisoners Kenneth Bay and Matthew Todd Miller were released and reunited with their families at an Air Force base. North Korea and the United States have been on rocky terms for quite some time due to Korea's looming nuclear program. The United States has made clear that for relations to resume between the two countries, the nuclear program must be dismantled. Christopher Hill, the last American diplomat to be in charge of negotiations with North Korea, said that he believes the Obama administration is less averse to talks with North Korea, but is convinced the administration feels there is nothing to talk about.
Virginia Tech is playing it safe when it comes to Ebola. President Sands has issued Presidential Policy Memorandum Number 288, which prohibits employees and students from traveling to countries where the Center for Disease Control and Prevention has issued Level 3 travel warnings. Level 3 warnings are currently in place in Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. No one from the Virginia Tech community will be allowed to travel to those countries, not even for educational purposes, research, or outreach. President Sands says there is little risk of Ebola affecting the Virginia Tech community. The university has not found anyone at risk. For now, the university has infectious disease protocols in place, and university health professionals have received updated training.
On Halloween, Chipotle hosted a costume contest. Rachel Van Meter was there for the story.
What better way to spend your Halloween than sinking your fangs into a delicious burrito? I'm here in downtown Blacksburg at Chipotle, and boy, are people in the Halloween spirit. Anyone who comes into any Chipotle dressed in costume from 5 p.m. to closing will receive a burrito, bowl, salad, or an order of tacos for just $3. All proceeds up to $1 million will go to the Chipotle Cultivate Foundation. All right, we have Jonathan Rosado here. Jonathan, could you tell us why you came to Chipotle today?
Yeah, the burritos are only $3, and I love Chipotle, so I got in line twice and got 2.
And do you know where the money is going towards?
I know it goes towards some kind of charity, but then after the $3, they make profit. So, like, I bought extra meat and chips and guac, so all that went to Chipotle, but the initial went to some charity. I don't know which one.
The foundation is a nonprofit organization devoted to creating a more sustainable and healthful food supply while raising awareness about revitalizing independent family farms, humane and responsible animal husbandry, and food, cooking, and nutrition education. Hello, everyone. I have Joe Tran here. And Joe, could you tell us why you came to Chipotle this evening?
I came here for the $3 annual Halloween burrito deal.
Great. And what are you dressed as tonight? I'm a little confused.
I'm the Android mascot. It took me about a day, for Droid.
Customers can upload a photo of themselves in costume at Chipotle to Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag Chipotle Burrito Contest. 3 grand prize winners will win $2,500 in the categories of Best Group Costume, Scariest Costume, and Most Creative Costume. I'm Rachel Van Meter with your BTTV News. Thank you and have a happy Halloween, guys.
Thank you, Rachel. Perhaps in an effort to distract from recent negative publicity, the National Football League is taking on quite a challenge. They want to ban the N-word. The NFL is implementing a zero-tolerance policy and a 15-yard penalty for the first offense and an ejection for the second. The goal is to ensure that the word isn't used in play. While the idea behind the zero-tolerance policy is a good one, being able to uphold the rules may be problematic. Unfortunately, the N-word and other racial slurs have been redefined in society as somewhat socially acceptable. Though it is certainly still vulgar in nature, the N-word is used 500,000 times a day on Twitter, almost 20,000 times more frequently than the slang terms bro and dude. The NFL's decision to act on the verbiage of its games comes on the heels of recent issues concerning derogatory comments both in play and outside the league in the last year. While one might think that banning the N-word and other racial slurs would be a walk in the park, it has been so normalized that the fight to keep the word in play may be stronger.
The Virginia Tech Student Centers and Activities hosted Gobbler Night on November 7th. Melissa Cisneros has more on the story.
Hi, I'm Melissa Cisneros with Tech Today. We're here in Squires, so we're going to check out Gobbler Nights. Gobbler Night was held on November 7th, hosted by the Student Centers and Activities at Virginia Tech. The event started at 9 p.m. and ended at 1 a.m. Gobbler Night, alongside with Party Positive, promoting having fun with many different activities without the consumption of alcohol. There was also free food and drinks, amongst other things. Over 200 people attended. There will be future Gobbler Nights on February 28th and May 1st. Sturbridge Square Apartments provided music by DJ Matty and Pope. One activity with quick flips was a movie session that printed out the recording into a book. Carissa, who did this activity, told us how her night was going thus far. Are you having fun so far?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do here. It's pretty cool.
What kind of things have you done and gotten?
I got a lot of free food, free candy. I did some picture thing where you get a dance or whatever, and they print out a book of what you're doing.
Another activity at Gobbler Night was Twister, sponsored by Virginia Tech Relay for Life. The difference in the Twister was that it was inflatable, which made the game more challenging and fun. If arts and crafts is more your thing, then designing a keepsake box would be enjoyable. There were many paints to choose from in order to make your craft unique. There was also a station for airbrush tattoos, so if you're not the best artist but love art, this was a great place to go. A couple souvenirs for the event were getting a custom street sign and a custom airbrush t-shirt painted right in front of you. Above all, this event couldn't have been completed without the help of the many volunteers. One volunteer, Madison, explains to us why she decided to volunteer. So why did you decide to volunteer today?
I'm just helping out Hannah. She's my head for VTU, so I'm just helping her out tonight.
All right, have you ever come here before for any of these events?
No, I'm a sophomore, and I didn't know about it last year, so yeah, this is my first time hearing about it.
Students who came to Gobbler Night seemed to have a good time and party positive. Melissa Cisneros at Squires Student Center Tech Today.
Thank you, Melissa. The Virginia Tech community is seeing significant changes to parking and transportation. Construction for a new classroom building began on Saturday, which has closed Daring parking lot and part of Perry Street. Drivers will not be able to access Perry Street from West Campus Drive. They will also only be able to access the Perry Street parking garage from Stranger Street or Price's Fork Road. Faculty, staff, and students will have to find alternate places to park since hundreds of parking spaces have been cut. The community will deal with these changes until the end of the spring 2015 semester.
On Wednesday, October 29th, D2 hosted Chocolate Day. Juliana Hill was there for the story.
Hi, I'm Juliana Hill with Tech Tonight, and we're outside D2 where it's everybody's favorite day, Chocolate Day. Students and chocoholics flocked to D2 on Wednesday, October 29th to indulge in the sweet and savory treats that the event had to offer. Chocolate Day occurs annually, usually during the week of Halloween and National Chocolate Day, and is a day where chocolate serves as the focal point for all menus, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Mr. Randall Van Dyke, also known as Chef Randy, has been executive chef of D2 for 6 years and served as the mastermind behind the Chocolate Day menu.
We do switch it up. We try to keep some of the favorites, so to say, year to year, and then we'll substitute one or two. This year, for instance, we have a chocolate pasta with a black currant sauce that goes over it. Totally new and different, but it's awesome. It's really good.
White chocolate baba ganoush, spaghetti with dark chocolate marinara sauce, cocoa rubbed rotisserie chicken, chocolate pasta with black currant ginger sauce, braised pork chop with chocolate chili sauce, and a decadent flourless chocolate cake were among a few of Chef Randy's dishes.
My personal favorite would be anything with chocolate.
Dessert was a major highlight as students enjoyed chocolate fondue, chocolate waffles, chocolate cake, homemade hot chocolate, and much more. Chef Randy told me where he finds his inspiration to make such delicious and unusual dishes.
Well, I'll tell you what, the inspiration for it is the students. That for us inspires us, the smile on their faces, the enjoyment that they get from this event coming each year and having it. It just continues to inspire us to want to give them more and more and make it better and better.
Chocolate Day served as a great way for sweet tooths everywhere to celebrate Halloween. At D2, I'm Juliana Hill, Tech Tonight.
Thanks, Juliana. It seems the world has a real-life Willy Wonka. David Edwards is an aerosol connoisseur whose work has been largely done in Paris at Le Laboratoire. The newest lab is open in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and also goes by the name of Le Laboratoire. Edwards has developed an open lab to which professionals of all backgrounds are invited. The lab is a cultural research and development effort that will expand upon Edwards' work with aerosol prescription drug delivery systems. The system has evolved into a chocolate delivery system called Le Whiff. The point of David Edwards' latest endeavor is to cut down on landfill waste. Edwards is collaborating with Stonyfield Farms in the United States to create frozen yogurt pearls to be stocked on the shelves of stores such as Whole Foods. Scott Kersner, Boston Globe technology columnist, has visited the lab and says of the work that it suggests that there be an effort to create healthier foods that might require less refrigeration, that it emphasizes cultural innovation. As if aerosol chocolate and yogurt pearls weren't good enough, the lab is working with MIT to study the effects of sound and vibration on the human body. The laboratory has it all, something for the heart, the senses, and the stomach.
Virginia Tech took on the Pittsburgh Panthers in a Halloween-themed volleyball match on October 31st. Megan Gray has more on the story.
Hi, I'm Megan Gray, reporting for Tech Tonight, and tonight is Halloween, and I'm at Castle Coliseum to watch our Virginia Tech Hokies take on the Pittsburgh Panthers in volleyball. In celebration of Halloween, fans were invited to support the Hokies dressed in costume. A special holiday performance was put on at halftime by the High Techs and Spirit Squad. Castle Coliseum was filled with decorations in honor of the occasion.
Happy Halloween! Happy Halloween!
Hokies of all ages came to the game. We spoke to a group of friends about their costumes.
All of our friends were doing the Avengers, and I really like Wolverine, both in the movie and the comic books, so I decided to do Wolverine.
I was going to be one of the Avengers along with Captain America, and we had a Black Widow, so that's why, and I was chosen. I was Thor. I was worthy of the hammer.
I love Captain America, so I thought it'd just be fun to dress up for Halloween and come to this great volleyball game.
The first set had the Hokies on the defensive, but they bounced back to win the next three. Congratulations to the Virginia Tech women's volleyball team for winning their Halloween match against the Pittsburgh Panthers. I'm Megan Gray, reporting for Tech Tonight.
Thank you, Megan. On Sunday, November 9th, Germany celebrated the 25th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. The wall separating East and West Germany was torn down 25 years ago, which is seen as a symbol to the end of the Cold War. Thousands of Berliners and visitors came out to the Brandenburg Gate for the anniversary celebration. The Berlin State Opera performed, and 8,000 illuminated white balloons were released in the sky, commemorating the fall of the Berlin Wall. Candles also burned at the National Memorial for the victims of the Berlin Wall during the celebration.
Saturday, November 8th, Virginia Tech's wrestling team defeated Newberry. Courtney Duke has more on the story.
Hi, this is Courtney Duke with Tech Tonight. I'm at Castle Coliseum where Virginia Tech's wrestling team will face Newberry. Saturday, November 8th was yet another success for Virginia Tech wrestling with a final score of 41-9. Tech already claimed the 2014 ACC championship in March, and 7 of our wrestlers are ranked within the top 20 in the nation for their weight class. There are 5 ways to score points in a wrestling match: taking your opponent down, gaining the upper hand after having the disadvantage, escaping the control of your opponent, almost pinning your opponent, and receiving penalty points if your opponent commits a rule violation. VT's top wrestler is Devin Carter, ranked 2nd in the nation in his 149-pound weight class. I was able to talk with him after the match. What is your relationship with your team like?
Honestly, we're actually a lot closer than some teams, I think. And we don't work together, per se, when we actually compete, but we know exactly what we're going to do in the match, and we can watch the teammates call this guy out and be like, he's going to hit this, he's going to hit this. We're just that close, and we go through the grind. We go through 2 or 3 days every day, and we've all been doing this since we were very young, so it's kind of a connection with every teammate we have.
How long have you been wrestling?
Since I was 4.
The next home match will be on November 16th against Gardner Webb. This is Courtney Duke with Tech Tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Courtney. A new photo series entitled From the NICU to the Moon has garnered plenty of attention in recent weeks. The photo series aims to depict the possible dreams of NICU babies, as well as educate new parents about the importance of safe sleeping. The idea was born in the NICU at the Children's Healthcare in Atlanta. The dreams drawn around the photos of NICU babies are brought to life when the artists, nurses, and hospital communication team combine the infant's current diagnoses with their healthy characteristics. Parents are overjoyed with the depictions of their children, praising the normalization that the photos create for their sons and daughters.
VT Paul's hosted a pet therapy night. Maggie Tyler was there for the story.
Maggie Tyler with Tech Tonight. We're here at Newman Library where they're hosting a VT Pause Pet Therapy Night. PAWS stands for Pet Assisted Wellness Service. This is a therapy animal program that is a part of the veterinary school here at Virginia Tech. These pet therapy study breaks allow students an opportunity to unwind and relieve some stress. All of these animals are either service animals or in training to become a service animal, and they're owned by students and faculty of the university. Having these pets interact with students not only benefits the students, but the animals as well. Studies have shown that having dogs around relieves stress and promotes oxytocin levels, which is otherwise known as a feel-good hormone. Students who are looking for some pet relief or some companionship should keep a lookout for the next PAWS event. Maggie Tyler, Newman Library, Tech Tonight.
Thank you, Maggie. Winter is coming early this year. The first winter storm of the season has hit, and it has set record low temperatures. A cold front from Canada has affected 2/3 of the United States. It hit Montana and North and South Dakota on Sunday and continued to move east to the Great Lakes. States from Montana to Michigan have experienced freezing air, heavy snow, and below average temperatures. As the storm moves, it has picked up strength. Even the Texas Panhandle has experienced a change in temperature. Right now, the storm continues to move south. The New River Valley Roller Girls had their last home game. Marissa Handerhan has more on the story.
Hi, I'm Marissa Handerhan reporting for Tech Tonight. We're here at the Star City Skate Center to report the New River Valley girls as they partake in their last home game.
Roller derby is an intense physical sport. The point of the game is for one of the jammers, indicated by the pink star in their helmet, to make it past the opposing team's blockers to score points. The sport is vastly growing in popularity.
A lot of people are intimidated by the skating, but we teach all of our people how to skate. So skating's not really that hard. It's more of the form, and you have to stay really, really low, and that's really hard, especially since I'm kind of tall. When you're a blocker, you have to play offense and defense simultaneously. You have to switch back and forth depending on what's happening in the pack. So clicking your brain on and off from defense to offense can be a little challenging, and you just have to be aware of not only yourself, but the other jammer, your teammates, and the other blockers. You just have to be aware of a lot of stuff in the pack.
Probably the hardest thing for me was the time commitment. You have to be able to make like 2 to 3 practices a week every week, and I'm back in school now, which has made it really hard for this past year, and I've been having to like miss practices, and sometimes it's like I'm just making the minimum number of practices I have to make. The coach on the team or other teammates will kind of pick people out and say, you're gonna be a good jammer, we're gonna train you to be a jammer, and I loved it, and I hardly ever block. I jam pretty much all the time. We have some girls that go back and forth. We have some girls that have come out and been like, I want to be. It just depends. Some people just fall into it, some people want it.
To find out more about the New River Valley Derby girls, visit their website. I'm Marissa Handerhan with Tech Tonight.
Thank you, Marissa. Stay tuned for your entertainment news.
Congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now.
Well, have you tried saving?
Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.com.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Checking your fantasy league? Nah, just my 401k statement. I can't seem to save anything.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
That's low, that's low.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextsstopwrecks.org.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Do your part. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Hi, I'm Ashlyn Webster.
And I'm Becky Schumar with your entertainment news.
Kris Jenner celebrated her 59th birthday on Friday with her new boyfriend, 38-year-old Corey Gamble. They spent the occasion in Los Angeles at the One Oak nightclub. They were out until about 2 a.m. drinking champagne and dancing along with friends and family. Insiders tell Us Weekly that Kris and Corey are smitten with each other. The couple took several selfies together and were not afraid to show public affection. Khloe Kardashian gave her stamp of approval, saying that she thinks Corey is great and sweet. Kris filed for a divorce less than 2 months ago after 22 years with Bruce Jenner. There is always something interesting going on with the Kardashian-Jenner family.
Taylor Swift's latest music video, Blank Space, was accidentally leaked by Yahoo one day earlier before the pop star had a chance to debut it herself. Even though Yahoo took down the video in a hurry, plenty of fans managed to capture it and it was leaked all over the internet. The video is a narrative, showing her falling in love with a guy before she turns on him, smashing his car and waving a giant knife around. Has Taylor Swift gone insane? Swift has yet to comment.
44-year-old Kelly Ripa from the popular talk show Live with Kelly and Michael admits that she is not the most popular mom around right now. During a visit to the Wendy Williams show last Tuesday, she revealed that her 13-year-old daughter, Lola, is not very fond of her at the moment. Kelly explains that Lola has recently had her phone and computer privileges taken away because she was failing her Spanish class. Kelly said, "I don't think she likes me and I don't care. I am not her friend, I'm her mom. It's nice to know that even people like her have to make tough calls while parenting." Kelly and her husband, Mark Consuelos, also have 2 other kids together, Michael, 17, and Joe, 11.
It has been a bad month for the Raven cheerleaders. Last week, former Raven cheerleader Molly Shattuck was convicted of rape and providing alcohol to a minor. Currently, a cheerleader is out of the hospital and recuperating after being injured during a fall and carted off the field on Sunday. The woman, who has yet to be identified, was thrown in the air and hit the ground during a stunt while Baltimore was playing Tennessee. She was treated for head, back, and neck injuries. However, the Ravens won the game against the Tennessee Titans 21-7.
The YMCA put on the 45th Crafts Fair at the University City Mall on University City Boulevard in Blacksburg. It took place this past Friday through Sunday, November 9th through 11th. This 3-day arts and crafts fair consisted of over 80 booths featuring artists from 8 different states. Arts and crafts categories included jewelry, glass, woodwork, photography, stained glass, painting, sculpture, soap, candles, furniture, pottery, textiles, and so much more. All proceeds of the event go to the YMCA at Virginia Tech's Community Outreach and Leadership Programs. They reported a great turnout and a lot of money raised for the cause. Anyone who did not get the chance to attend, don't worry. Look out around this time of year for the 46th annual craft show to get some early Christmas shopping out of the way.
Matt Damon is back as Jason Bourne. Ben Affleck let the cat out of the bag during a red carpet interview Friday with E! News. Damon confirmed that he will return to the role of Jason Bourne for the 4th time next year. Damon played the role of CIA agent assassin Jason Bourne in the first 3 movies of the series. Based on a famous spy novel by Robert Ludlum, the 4th movie, The Bourne Legacy, is set to be released in 2016. Stay tuned for your sports news.
Do your apart. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food.
Checking your fantasy league? Nah, just my 401k statement. I can't seem to save anything.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
That's low, that's low.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now.
Well, have you tried saving?
Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Hi, I'm Rachel Thompson.
And I'm Tom Betta with your sports news.
CBS mistakenly aired an insulting comment made by Ravens head coach John Harbaugh. After the team beat the Tennessee Titans 21-7 Sunday night, Harbaugh celebrated in the locker room by saying, "That team beat us last week and then went and got their A kicked this week." Harbaugh was actually referring to the Pittsburgh Steelers and their loss against the New York Jets that night. Later, the team released a statement saying that the comments were meant for the Ravens personnel only. CBS also apologized, saying, "We immediately pulled it down. The Steelers and the Ravens are two of the biggest rivals in the NFL."
Coming off one of the most impressive debut seasons by a hitter in years, Chicago White Sox slugger Jose Abreu has been named American League Rookie of the Year. With all the pressure that comes with being a high-profile hitter and signing a record-breaking contract, the 27-year-old Abreu delivered. He had the best slugging percentage in baseball and was tied for fourth in home runs. Abreu is the first White Sox player to win the prestigious award since Ozzie Guillen in 1985.
More trouble for Stefon Diggs has occurred, leaving him not only suspended for one game, but also injured with a lacerated kidney. The Big Ten suspended Diggs for violating pre-game sportsmanship rules during the Maryland versus Penn State game, and he was supposed to serve the suspension this upcoming weekend. However, during the Penn State game, he took a shot to his kidney as he stretched to catch a ball in the end zone. The Baltimore Sun says the wide receiver was in noticeable pain after the game. This could mean Diggs will miss the final Maryland games, but there has not been an official update on his health. Diggs has 52 receptions, the most on the team. He's also second in the Big Ten with nearly 6 catches per game.
The 14th-ranked Virginia Tech women's soccer team has been selected to play in their 7th consecutive NCAA tournament. They will face Dayton in the first round of the NCAA Division I Women's Soccer Championship, as announced by the D1 Women's Soccer Committee on Monday. If Tech wins their first-round matchup with Dayton, they will play the winner of the West Virginia-Georgetown match. The Dayton Flyers recently won the Atlantic 10 Championship and recorded a 12-8-2 record overall this year. This is the third time the Hokies have drawn a first-round matchup with Dayton in the last 6 years. The match will be November 14th at 7 p.m. at Thompson Field.
Tom, the women's basketball team won 93-12 against Washington and Lee, as you said earlier. That is absolutely a huge difference in points. What do you think about that?
Well, it's certainly quite promising for the women's basketball team. I mean, we have sort of an interesting future here with the men's basketball team. It's interesting to see what the women can do also to bring a successful basketball season on both sides in Blacksburg.
Absolutely. Now, the fact that they won by so many points, do you think there should be a mercy rule involved? Don't you think that that was kind of embarrassing?
Well, that's part of the game, Rachel, you know. You compete to win. no matter how far you move ahead, and frankly, Washington and Lee just didn't put in enough effort.
Well, that's all for Tech Tonight. I'm Rachel Thompson.
And I'm Tom Beto. We'll see you back next week.